Dear students, we shall begin today's class. Yesterday we saw Ariel reporting to Prospero and explaining how wonderfully he performed the tempest. And Prospero appreciated him, congratulated him. Later when Prospero said that he has to get ready for another task, Ariel was disturbed. He said, still there is work left. Then he reminds him about the promise that Prospero made, that if he does well, he will be relieved of his work for 1 year. So in that connection, when Ariel asked for rest, Prospero did not like it at all, and he wants to remind him about his past. So that's where we stopped last day. I was asking, dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee? Have you forgotten that from what sort of torment I have freed you? And he answers, no. That means I haven't forgotten. I do remember the great work or great help you did for me. We begin from there, 296. Thou dost and thinkest it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins on the earth, when it is baked with frost. So Prospero is saying, okay, you remember the great thing I have done for you, how I freed you from the torment. If so, why do you find difficult to do the work which I assign you? The work which I assign you demands you to work under the waters, work on the land, and work in the air. Thou dost remember, you do remember. Then what is the problem? And thinkest it much. Much means hard task. You think it's very hard work to tread the ooze of the salt deep. That is, to walk on the soft mud of the bottom of the sea. To run upon the sharp wind of the north. To run upon. So that is to ride on the wind. To do me business in the veins on the earth, when it is baked with frost. That means early morning, or where there is very cold and it is everything is frozen. That time you have to work on earth. So if you haven't forgotten how I relieved you of the torment, why do you consider the works I assigned to you so difficult a task? That is to walk under the water, under the sea, to ride on the wind, and to work on the earth. Ariel, I do not say. That means I do not think it very hard. Prospero, thou liest. Malignant thing, hast thou forgot the fowl which Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop, hast thou forgot her? So he reminds Ariel of Sycorax under whom he was working. Sycorax was a magician. She used to do black magic, and she was known for her wickedness. Thou liest, you are saying lie. Malignant thing. Malignant means malicious, evil thing. Hast thou forgot the fowl which Sycorax? Fowl means evil, which is witches, those who work magic. The fowl which Sycorax, that is the evil witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop. Hoop is a circle. Hoop. You are familiar with the word hoop. So, with age and envy, when people grow old, you have seen maybe your grandparents or grandparents, those who reach say 90s or 100, they will be walking like that. So we call it hunchback, or the backs, their body will be bent down. So that is called a hoop. Who with age and envy is ill will. Because of age and ill will, she had got the shape of a circle. Hast thou forgot her? Have you forgotten her? I hope you still remember her. Ariel. No, sir, I haven't forgotten. Prospero. Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me. When Ariel said he hasn't forgotten her, Prospero says, no. You have forgotten. Because if you hadn't forgotten, you would not have behaved this way. You would not have disobeyed me and asked for a holiday. Since you are making complaint, it means you have forgotten her. Okay, tell me, where is she from? Where was she born? Speak, tell me. Ariel. Sir, in Algiers. Algiers is Algiers in Africa. In Algiers. Prospero. Oh, was she so? She was born in Algiers, I see. I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. So what Ariel said was correct. So he says, okay. So you know that she was from Algiers. I should keep reminding you about Sycorax once in a while so that you don't forget your past. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Algiers, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true? Now Prospero is speaking about the evil witch Sycorax. This damned witch Sycorax, damned means cursed, Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold. Mischiefs means all tricks, tricky things. Tricks, manifold means many tricks, and sorcery is terrible to enter human hearing. Sorceries is magical practices. Sorceries are magical practices, terrible to enter human hearing. That means people don't wish to hear such magical practices. They were very evil ones, very venomous, not so pleasant. So they were so bad, people didn't even like to hear them. Such were the sorceries she was known for. From Algiers, that is Algiers, thou knowest. You already know because Ariel has answered the question correctly. Was banished. Banished means to send away, expel. So she was expelled from Algiers. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. What is the meaning of it? For one thing she did here, it means she was pregnant at that time. She was pregnant at that time. She was having a child in the womb. Because of that reason, she was not killed. They only expelled her from Algiers. She was such a wicked, cursed woman. If she was not pregnant, people would have killed her. Is not this true? Am I right? Tell me. Ariel. Aye, sir, you are right. Prospero. This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. This blue-eyed hag, that is a old ugly woman. Blue-eyed hag means old and ugly woman, was hither brought means here brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Sailors are people who are in the ship, or people who travel in the water, in the sea. The sailors brought her and left her here. Thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant. So he is very choosy about the words. Prospero is very choosy about the words he used. He calls him, thou my slave. Ariel, don't forget, you are my slave. Thou my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant. You already reported that you were her servant. Now you are my servant. As thou reportest thyself, was then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and abhorred commands. Refusing her grand hest, she did confine thee by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. This is a very important passage. Many a time this passage has come for exams, and also this is about the character of Sycorax. What sort of a person was Sycorax? Therefore, it's very important. And for thou and for you was a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands. Earthy is unrefined. Abhorred is hateful. So you are too delicate, my dear. You are too delicate. That means very soft. You are so fine, so soft, that you could not fulfill the commands given by this unrefined and hateful witch Sycorax. So Prospero says Sycorax was unrefined and hateful witch. Refusing her grand hests, H-E-S-T-S, hest means commands. Refusing her grand hest, that is the great commandments of Sycorax, you refused, you could not fulfill. She did confine thee. Confine means restrict. Now we are all confined. Corona days, we are confined to our homes. Restricted, limited. Your movement is limited. So, Ariel was confined to a pine tree. She did confine thee by help of her more potent ministers. Potent is powerful. Ministers is messengers. So taking the help of her powerful messengers, you were imprisoned in a pine tree. And in her most unmitigable rage, unmitigable means stern, S-T-E-R-N, stern or harsh. In her most unmitigable unmitigable rage. Rage is violent anger. In her stern or harsh and violent anger, what did she do? She got you into a cloven pine. Cloven is split. A split pine. A pine tree was split into two. And within which rift imprisoned. Within which rift. R-I-F-T, rift. Rift is a crack. C-R-A-C-K, crack. Or hollow. H-O-L-L-O-W. Hollow. So when you break the pine tree, inside the pine tree there is a hollow. Biology students will know. Some trees there is a hollow place inside the trunk. So Sycorax split the pine tree into two. Split like this. Long way. And opened the tree, and in the crack or hollow she imprisoned you. Thou didst painfully remain a dozen years. In that crack, inside that pine, you remained for a dozen years. That is 12 years. Within which space she died. So before you completed, you were supposed to remain there for 12 years. After 12 years, you will be released. But before the completion of the 12 years, she died. And you continue to remain there. And left thee there. That means you remained there, where thou didst vent thy groans. What does the meaning of groan? Groan is a cry or a sound that is coming from deep within, which is expressing your sorrow or pain. A sound that is coming from within you, expressing sorrow or grief. That is groan. And vent means utter. Utter means to say. Or also there is another meaning is to release or give way to emotions, express. Another meaning is express. Both mean the same. While expressing, you can say it. Normally they say give vent to your emotions. Don't suppress your emotions inside you. You must give vent to it. Means give expression to it. Express it in different ways. So there you remained, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans, as fast as mill wheels strike. How were you uttering? He kept on crying. Out of pain, he was crying. How did he cry? How fast it was? As fast as mill wheels strike. Mill wheel is a mill run with the help of a wheel. In the factories, for the grinding, crushing, all these purposes you use mills. You take the flour to a mill for grinding. That is also the mill run with a wheel. Or it may be the water. You have the wind. You use wind and produce water. Wind wheels are there. That also is running with the help of a wheel, help of a belt. So how the mill wheels as fast as mill wheels. In a factory where they say all time production to keep on moving very fast. Very fast it moves. Like that, your groans also were coming out as fast as the mill wheels. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, a freckled whelp had born, not honored with a human shape. And there was nobody on this island. Sans people, without people. This island was without people. Nobody inhabited here. Except Sycorax, who came over here, and her son. Save for the son that she did litter here. See, normally the word litter is used for animals. For example, a dog litters puppies. A cat litters kitten. But human beings, we normally don't say litter. We say give birth, deliver. But here is purposely used because the son who was born to Sycorax was almost like an animal, did not have the human qualities. Save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp. Meanings are given there. Freckled is having brown spots on the skin like a puppy. Whelp is pup. Okay. Hag born to the hag, that is a old ugly woman, not honored with a human shape. So since Sycorax was almost like an animal, the son born to her also was an ugly creature. So when Sycorax died, who remained? Only her son remained. Nobody else was on this island. Ariel. Yes, Caliban, her son. Now the Caliban is introduced for the first time. So when Prospero only gives explanation, a son was born to Sycorax, he was like this, then Ariel says, yes, his name is Caliban. Prospero. Dull thing, I says I keep in service. So here the dialogue under Prospero, the first 2 lines, 1.5 lines is about Caliban. The rest of it is about Ariel. So you must pay attention to that. Dull thing, I say so, he that Caliban, whom now I keep in service. So when Prospero named Caliban, so he adds to that saying, dull thing, stupid creature, I say so, he that Caliban, whom now I keep in service. My servant Caliban, a stupid fellow. Okay. Then the rest of the passage is about Ariel. Thou best knowest what torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out. This also is very, very important passage. Especially thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the bears of ever-angry, penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. Very important. Sometimes they ask questions also for you to understand. What torment I did find thee in. When I found you, you were in such torment. Terrible torment you were. Thy groans did make wolves howl. I already told what is groan. Groan is a cry or a sound that is coming from within, filled with grief and sorrow. Your groans were making the wolves howl. Wolves are supposed to be animals which can frighten others. Many, not only human beings, even many other animals are scared of wolves, because wolves are very ferocious. And when other animals get scared and human beings get scared of wolves, whereas the groan of Ariel made the wolves to fear. That's the meaning of it. I have written it here. So, make wolves howl means frighten the wolves or scaring the wolves. That's the meaning of it. And penetrate the hearts of ever angry bears means the bears felt sorry for Ariel. If bears could feel sorry for Ariel means such was his condition, pitiable or pathetic condition of Ariel. That's the meaning. Very important. You must take note of it. So, the wolves which normally scare others, they used to get frightened hearing your groans. And the bears normally they are very ever angry bears. They have no mercy for anybody. Very cruel they are. They can even finish you off if you happen to come in sight of a bear attacks you and kills you. So, such angry bears angry bears' breasts were broken. Penetrate means pierced through. So their hearts were pierced through. That means they were pained and they had pity for you. Such was your groan. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was a torment. Torment means terrible pain, suffering. It was a great pain laid upon the damned, which Sycorax. It was a great pain, suffering brought about by Sycorax, which Sycorax could not again undo. She was supposed to release you, but she could not undo it. It was mine art when I arrived and heard thee that made gape the pine and let thee out. Why couldn't Sycorax set Ariel free? Because before the completion of 12 years of time assigned for his confinement, Sycorax died. As a result, she could not release him. One day when Prospero was passing by, he heard the groan of Ariel and he approached the pine tree and he that made gape the pine. Gape means open. I opened the pine. You remember? She split the pine into two and imprisoned him inside. Now Ariel opened the pine and released him. And let thee out. Let thee out means release. Ariel, I thank thee, Master. I am grateful to you. I am very thankful to you. Prospero. If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 wind days. Now he is warning him. Here Ariel's past life under Sycorax is recalled. Ariel is sternly warned not to complain. Ariel is sternly warned by Prospero not to complain. Because if he complains, what will be the punishment? That's what is said here. If thou more murmurest. Murmur means, another word, grumbling. Murmur means to say something, mutter something in a low voice. So, if thou more murmurest, if you are going to murmur, if you are going to grumble again, what will I do? I will rend an oak. I will open up an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails. Peg means fasten. Peg is fasten. That is tie, T-I-E. I will tie thee in his knotty entrails. Knotty, knotty means that which is having knots. Knots. So you have suppose you are given a rope and asked you to make a knot. A rope which is straight, you make a knot. So knotty. Knotty means entangled or having knots. What is entrails? Entrails is roots. Actually, entrail is innermost parts of something. Innermost parts of something is called entrails. Biology students will know. What is human entrails? It is intestine. Large intestine and small intestine. That is the entrails of human being. Animals and human beings have entrails. That is the innermost part. What is the innermost part of a tree? It is the root. Because it is under the earth. Therefore, the roots are the innermost parts of a tree. So I will peg thee in his knotty entrails. I will tie you to the roots of the pine tree, till thou hast howled away 12 winters. And there you will be howling away, crying, groaning. Another 12 years you will remain in that. Just like Sycorax punished you, I will not only put you inside the pine tree, I will tie you up to the roots. That means you have no escape at all. Actually, this passage is important because it reveals a character of Prospero. Prospero is threatening Ariel. So, how bad-tempered is Prospero is revealed. Also, he is a domineering nature. Domineering means dominating. He does not want to subdue, does not want to surrender to anybody. If anybody disobeys, he will be very cruel to them. That is revealed through this passage. Please take note of it. Ariel, pardon master, I will be correspondent to command. Correspondent to command means I will be disposed to obey your rules. I will be disposed, I will be ready to obey. I am ready to obey whatever command you give. And do my spiriting gently. Do my spiriting gently. Spiriting means the work of the spirit. Activities of the spirit. That means the work which I am supposed to do as a spirit, I shall do it. How shall I do it? Quietly. Gently is quietly. What is the meaning of quietly? Without making a noise. That means without complaining. I shall do my work without any complaints, without any murmurings. I'm sorry. Sorry for asking you for holidays. Now I realize I made a mistake. Hereafter I shall do your work. Whatever is asked, I shall do very obediently without complaining. Prospero, do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee. Now Prospero is happy because he is tamed. He is brought back to his duty. Okay, do so. Very good. If you do like that, after 2 days I will release you. Ariel, that is my noble master. What shall I do? Say what? What shall I do? Now he is playing his trick. He is praising Prospero, saying, oh, that is my noble master. My master is great. Just tell me what to do. I shall do it. Prospero, go make thyself like a nymph on the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine. invisible to every eyeball else. Go take this shape, and hither come in it. Go hence with diligence. Who is a nymph, or what is a nymph? I have written here. A nymph is a mythological spirit of nature. A nymph is a mythological spirit of nature, imagined as a beautiful maiden inhabiting waters or land. So a nymph is a mythological spirit of nature, and it has a shape of a maiden, young lady, and it lives either in the water or on the land. That's why there are water nymphs are there, land nymphs are there. Water nymphs and land nymphs. What do you call in Hindi? Nymph. I was just looking up the dictionary. They gave Apsaras. I think you are familiar with the name Apsaras. Okay. So go make thyself like a nymph on the sea. Now Prospero wants Ariel to become a nymph, a water nymph, a nymph on the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. But you should not be visible to anybody else, only to me and to thyself. To me and to you. Nobody else will be able to see you. Of course, Ariel can see itself. And Prospero will be able to see. Nobody else will be able to see you. That's what you should do. Go take this shape. Go take this shape means Prospero is giving him the attire meant for the nymph. Go, take this and go. Go take this shape and hither come in it. Hither means come here. You go and put on, take the shape of the nymph and come here in it. That means he is giving the attire. You come here in it. Hence with diligence. Diligence is attentiveness. Do it with attentiveness. Because you should not be noticed by anybody else. Exit Ariel. Then now only Prospero and Miranda who is sleeping is there. Sleeping are there. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Enough. You have slept too long, now you get up. Awake. Miranda, waking. She gets up. The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me. Heaviness is sleepiness. So Miranda is saying, your story was such strange. And it has made me to sleep. Prospero, shake it off. Come on. Shake it off. Shake off your sleep. Come on. We will visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer. Okay. I want you to come with me. We shall visit my servant Caliban. My slave is my slave, who never yields us kind answer. Yield. Here it is give. Yield has different meaning. A tree yields fruits. Ultimately it means gives. Gives. So, another meaning of yield is to surrender. Another meaning of yield is surrender. The enemy yielded to the attackers. So yield means to surrender. Here yield means to give. Who never yields us kind answer. Kind is pleasant. That means who does not talk politely. One who talks nastily, N-A-S-T-L-Y. So Caliban always speaks nastily, impolite. The words he uses are also very, very poisonous. Miranda, it's a villain, sir, I do not love to look on. Here villain meaning is servant. It's a servant, sir, I do not love to look at. Look on. This servant, I don't like him. I don't like to look on him. Look at him. Prospero. But as it is, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What? Oh, slave Caliban, thou earth, thou speak. Okay. So now when Miranda said that she does not like Caliban because he is very impolite and somehow she hates him, maybe because of his shape. Last time at the PDF which I gave you, I gave a few pictures of Caliban, very ugly looking. So then he says, then Prospero says, my dear daughter, we cannot do away with him. You may not like him, but we cannot do away with him. Without him we cannot manage. Why? As it is, we cannot miss him, means we cannot do away with him. And he serves, why? Because he does make our fire. Making fire means when there is very cold. We don't have the problem. In countries where the temperature is below 0 degree, minus temperature, to survive you have to have a fireplace. And the fireplace, you should have a fireplace wherever you are, especially in your home. At home, you should have a fireplace around which you can sit and make yourself warm. So, that fireplace you have to keep it lit. Keep it lit. That is called making fire. So, he is the one who make our fire, fetch in our wood. To keep the fire, you need wood. It is Caliban who cuts wood and brings, and serves in offices that profit us. Profit means benefit. And he serves in offices that benefit us. Therefore, we cannot do away with him. That's over. He tells Miranda, then he calls out, what? Ho, slave, Caliban. Thou earth, thou speak. Where are you? Thou earth means piece of dirt. Thou piece of dirt. Thou ugly one. Where are you? Where art thou? Speak. Caliban, within. He tells within means Caliban is telling himself, there is wood enough within. Inside the house there is plenty of wood. Why do you call me now? Because normally Caliban is called by Prospero to cut wood and bring it. When the wood gets over, he calls him. So he is telling himself, why do you call me? There is plenty of wood inside. Prospero, come forth. I say, there is other business for thee. Come. Thou told us when. So he says, no, come, I am calling you for some other work. This is not for wood, you have some other work to do. T-O-R-T-O-I-S-E, it is not pronounced as tortoise, it is not tortoise, it is tortoise. Tortoise, that is the right pronunciation. Tortoise, very strange. Tortoise. So you know what is tortoise, you know. Tortoise normally is known for moving slowly. Slow moving reptile. Tortoise. So there is other business for thee. Come thou tortoise. That means slow moving slave. Come. When? When means how long to wait for you. I have been waiting for you. I called you out. You are not coming. Where are you? What are you doing? That means how long will it take for you to appear? Meanwhile, re-enter Ariel like a water nymph. He was asked to dress like a nymph, take the shape of the nymph and come. He has done it. Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel. So, Prospero now is in high praise. Earlier he gave him nice scolding, now he is praising him. Fine spirit, apparition is spirit. Graceful spirit, My quaint Ariel, my clever Ariel, hark thine ear. Hark thine ear means a word in the ear. Come close. I want to tell you something. So he doesn't want Miranda to hear or Caliban who is coming in to hear. So he tells in the ears of Ariel something. I don't know. You also don't know. Only Prospero and Ariel know. Hark in thine ear. A word in the ear. He whispers. Whispers. Okay. Ariel. My Lord, it shall be done. So what he said we do not know. But Ariel said, my Lord, it will be done. Ariel exists. Prospero, thou poisonous slave, come forth. Thou poisonous slave. That is reference to Caliban. Come forth. He is calling Caliban. So what sort of a person is Caliban and what is Prospero's business with Caliban? We shall see tomorrow.